Welcome to this session, Forensics Investigation and Extraction of Volatile Data from Windows Machine. My name is Felix Moshami, and I'm going to have been your instructor in this course in our Google Classroom. In addition to welcoming you to this course, I would like to give you some helpful information and a few hints for successful completion of this course. For many of you, this is your first experience with an online course that we are doing. Online courses provide a different way to study and place different skills. You will find that as an online learner, self-motivation and discipline are paramount. This means that you are completely responsible for establishing and maintaining a regular study system. In addition, some students anticipate that online courses will be easier than the face-to-face courses, but from my experience, mostly students say they are not. You will be responsible for the same course materials that we share in our Google Classroom and the same standards of excellence that are required in the face-to-face courses. While some may see e-learning as a way of providing support during this period, but you should be aware that self-discipline is required for you to be a successful to enhance complete digital migration. In our today's class, I'll not be presenting alone, and allow me to introduce some of the presenters who are going to be here with us today. The first one is Gabriel Mbusho. Gabriel Mbusho is a network engineer at the moment. He has a passion for cybersecurity and digital forensics. We have been working with him for some time now, and he has been learning with us on how to go about this area of cybersecurity that is offered by CODELINC technologies. Gabriel is also a student in our Google Classroom, and from the past week he has presented his assignment on time, and I felt it important to include him in this webinar of today so that he can share some of the insight and what he learned in the class during the week. Please, can you, Gabriel Mbusho, say hi to our viewers today? Okay. You'll have time to share with us more during his time. The other presenter of our today meeting is Emmanuel Ngeno. Emmanuel Ngeno is my colleague here at CODELINC Technologies. He's a digital forensics and cybersecurity expert. He has an extensive experience in this field, and he has also studied in this field. He has several certifications in the same field, and he will be helping us today in understanding some of the commands which are very important during a forensics investigation. Kindly, Emmanuel, can you wave to our viewers today so that we can know you?
Hello.
Thank you, Emmanuel. I'll also let you know that today's webinar is being aired on the Team platform, Microsoft Team platform, as well as it is being streamed live right now through our Facebook page, which is CODELINC Technologies. So we expect you to participate in this online training and ask those questions that you feel that you may want to be answered later. Also, we'll be recording this webinar for those who may not have the time to attend to this training at this time, and we'll share it on our YouTube page, where you will actually get to see more of the information that we'll be teaching today. Those who haven't joined our class, we'll be sharing the Google Classroom code where you can join our class and learn more with us. And we also expect that there will be more people who will be joining us in the coming weeks. Thank you. Now I'd like to hand over to Emmanuel Ngeno, who is going to start by introducing some of the commands. But before he does, allow me to at least introduce the topics that we are going to cover today. Today's classroom is about forensics investigation. Forensics investigation digital forensic investigation is investigation which is carried on digital medium, like, for example, network, systems, as well as applications. It is mostly used by forensics investigator while gathering evidence, which can be either used by the company for various purposes, such as employee investigation or dismissal, and it can be also used by security agencies to at least help in litigating cases that involve digital crimes. For today's session, we are not going to cover everything in the area of forensics, but since it is only a 1-hour class, we are going to cover some of the most important commands that we use during to extract volatile data from a Windows machine. In this class, we have been doing in our Google Classroom. We covered several things, and I would like to share with you. First of all, we introduced what is volatile data. And then from introduction of the volatile data, which was our main topic, there were several commands which we were actually focusing on. The commands that we used in our class include system information, currently available network connection command, routing configuration, date and time, system variables, task lists with modules, task list with services, workstation information, MAC address saved in the system ARP cache, system user details, DNS configuration, system net share, system network shares, as well as network configuration. These are some of the most important areas which a forensic investigator is expected to look into while trying to gather or extracting volatile data from a Windows machine. So, for the benefit of those who haven't been in that class, I'll introduce what is volatile data before Emmanuel Ngeno can help me and cover some of the few commands that we covered during our class in the past week. Volatile data is the data which is residing on the computer while still active, while it's still powered on. But when the computer is shut down, this volatile data will automatically be erased from the memory of a computer. That's why it is very important for any forensic investigator to understand it is important to capture these commands before shutting down the computer and taking it into the chain of custody, where it's kept for evidence lock, for evidence to be used in the court. There are two types of volatile data. The first one is called persistent data. Persistent data is that data that is stored on a local hard drive, and it is preserved when the computer is off. That persistent data that is not important for this session, because that information can be retrieved even after the computer has been shut off. Then we have the volatile data. Volatile data is any kind of data that is stored in the memory, which will be lost when the computer is powered off. Volatile data reside in the registry cache and the random access memory. This is what a forensic investigator look at it while doing digital forensics, or something which we call live forensics. This information is very important, and it's supposed to be stored safely in a text file or any other document that is going to be used to analyze whatever is being investigated by the forensics expert. Before we can start, I can share with you how we can prepare our working environment. And for the benefit of those who haven't interacted with Windows before, allow me to share my screen so that I can show you how to prepare your working environment. Okay. Okay, for this demonstration, I would like to show you, I've just created a folder in my document folder. You can see, you can go from your Windows Explorer, and from my PC. Okay, sorry, just a minute. From my PC, you can see that we have a document folder. You go straight to the document folder, create a folder with maybe the name of the case. For my own demonstration, I've created a folder called case. And then I want to open the CMD directly from this folder. As for me, I have another command prompt that I've installed that can be used, so I can open it here. But for most of you who are not in this field, maybe you may not have this extra command prompt. So I'll show you just how you will go about this. Just go to the navigation bar where there is a path and write directly CMD, and then you press the enter command. If you press the enter command, the CMD will open directly. And from the command prompt, you can see that the folder, it is a case folder under the documents, and now I can save anything on this case on this folder. This is how to prepare your working space. And I can now let Emmanuel Ngeno to take us some of the few commands before I'll come back later. After Emmanuel is through, he'll hand over to Gabriel Busho, who's going also to take us through some of the commands. And then I'll come later and show you exactly other commands that I've prepared for you today, for this class today. Thank you. Thank you. And I welcome this time Emmanuel Ngeno to take over. Welcome, Emmanuel.
Okay, thank you Felix for the introduction. So today I'm going to take us through some of the topics that were assigned to me, one being routing configuration, the other one being DNS configuration, the other one being network configuration, and the last one being the system network share. So basically I'll start by introducing what is routing configuration. So when it comes to digital forensics, digital forensics, so routing configurations can be defined as a database of network routes that is used to direct packets from the source device to the destination device. So this volatile information is important in digital forensics as it can be used to determine sources of network attacks, etc. So the command to show routing configuration is route print. So as I'm going to show you in CMD, so let me open my CMD. So yeah, you can open the CMD by pressing the Windows key, a combination of the Windows key and the R, then you type CMD, then you click OK. So for clarity purposes, let me change the color to green. Yeah, so I'll start with the first command, that is the route print. So route print. So here is a list of network routes. As you can see, some of it are local addresses, so some of it are the routing information with a broadcast address. So yeah, some of it is the address of the host machine. So these all this information is important in digital forensics as they can be used to determine the routes that packets can follow on a network. So let me clear my screen and go to the next topic. I hope my CMD clarity is good. So yeah, let me go to the next topic, which is DNS configurations. So DNS is a system that is used to resolve domain names to network addresses, or the IP. So they okay, so the DNS configuration